Hey everyone, this is Blackbinder, and welcome back to the Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire. Last time we left off, we were exploring the island that Nekataka rests upon, and we found it looks like a kobold place, a kobold cave, but we can't quite finish it yet. It is a 3-skull dungeon, so we're going to have to come back to that later. Now we are going back to the Sacred Stair really quick, just to burn a body, and then we had this random encounter in Nekataka. The cool waters of Nekataka's town wells serve poor and rich alike, yet those who gather at them share certain unmistakable features: tired Amua visages, yokes borne across labored backs, and tattered Raparu rags. Whether for themselves or their masters, each waits in a long line to claim a bucket full of fresh water. Speak with the locals. The Raparu, long accustomed to ignoring their superiors, pay you little mind, only belatedly realizing that you addressed them. One of them, an older woman, blinks dark eyes at you. Akira, it is Trisau. I am always hearing stories of you. Nekataka good, Huana good, Pershipi good, Valian Trading Company good. It is said you are a decent person, a younger man chimes in. Not like so many of these foreign sort. A child reaches for your hand. With a growing cascade of murmurs, the crowd unravels between you and the now bubbling wellhead. A black liquid spatters from between the stones of the well, and someone in the crowd screams. A muckman from the Raparu caste steps forward. His boots seem more slosh than leather, but his plungers so long he'd fit in with any formation of pikemen. He raises a hand to the curdling crowd. Be at ease, Akira, for what do you flee? I always am cleaning these. He blinks as the undulating formlessness of an ooze bubbles up from the well. He takes a step back, shaking. Go, I'll take care of this. The Amoa drops his plunger and bolts, ungainly on shoddy boots. You turn to see a second thick ooze burst out of the well, shredding the well's yolk and scattering the pit stones. Freeze ability. Cast a freeze spell to freeze the oozes. We use Aloth. Aloth's magic wreathes a beastly mire and snap freezes it. A moment later, the icy totem falls and shatters across the yard. You look to congratulate Aloth, but the crowd screams again. You turn to see small balls of ooze escaping the well and plopping onto the ground. They sluggishly roll side to side, getting whatever bearing an eyeless monster might need. Do that again, Akira, a Huana yells. With the whoosh and the ice. There's far too many for one spell to take care of. To me, citizens, I'll protect you. Now let's draw your weapons and attack. I don't have good resolve, so I didn't trust that first option. Alright, I'm going to attack the greater black ooze, have Adair charge the far one, have my bear attack the one in the middle, and Seraphim, you're going to grab the one closest to us. That way, I'm sure Seraphim can tank for the little time that we need him to. Alright. Attack the other greater ooze. You kill the lesser black ooze, please, before it kills that person. Adair, knock him down. Good job. Oh, I wanted you to iconic projection him, please. We're going to take out the other lesser oozes while these two work on the big one. You know what? I'm going to turn on my modal for a little bit. Get some minus 50% recovery time, see what that does for me. Certainly I'll get less crits, but, I mean, crits oftentimes overkill anyway. But, I don't know. On the hard fights, I'm definitely going to have to turn it off, but maybe for these trash mobs, it'll make things go by quicker. Which it really seems like it did. Alright. Is everyone okay? Looks like we saved everyone. Nothing exploded. Okay. Let's get out of here. The Sacred Stair, please. Oh, right. That's right. We needed to go to Archimir's lab and talk to him. I guess we'll do that this episode and then take off on the high seas once again. We need to go to Hasango, I believe. Might be a little bit too difficult, so we might not go there just yet. I remember seeing one of our quests for Hasango is a 2-skull. Spire of the Soul Stealers? No, we need to go to the Flame. Where are you? The big flame. This one.
I dare you to go inside.
No! Tangaloho will eat me!
High Priest
You
Haki.
there! What are you doing?
Muhai has passed. I'd like to commit her body to the flames.
Muhai?
The priest's calm demeanor is shattered by a hissed utterance. He glances around you both.
Muhai has broken with Wahana. The Queen has forbade that any should have contact with her. Akira? She would be banished to the Undercity if not for her sickness. And now that has finished her.
What does that mean?
Akira, how to say? The sharing that is right among our people. Each of us, in what way we can. It is the role of the Mataru to guide, to protect. A group of the Wapua came to seek Muhai's counsel, for she was known as a great navigator. Muhai was of the Oweki before she came to Neketaka. The Oweki and Wapua were enemies for many years, before Queen Onekaza's time. Muhai misled the hunting party, and they were lost. All of us are Kahanga now. To harm Wapua is to harm Oweki. As Muhai turned her back upon her kin, so we were commanded to turn ours upon her. The Queen would have us join our tribes into one raised fist. She could not let Muhai's crime stand.
She gave them bad directions. That's not the same as murdering them.
There are those who kill by sword and those who kill by cunning. To the dead, it makes no difference.
She died alone, isn't that enough?
So too did she act on her own, against her own people. She does not deserve the honor of walking with the gods.
She was still one of you. Her spirit cannot rest.
I am told you have been a friend to the Queen, that she trusts your judgment. Then, I must do the same. I cannot give her full funeral rites. Her kin shun her still. But if Mahagran's fires claim her, so be it.
It is done. I can feel it. I am certain of it. My essence returns to me.
You can detect no change in Muhai's spectral form now that her corpse is gone. All the same, she raises her hands to the height of her eyes, examining them.
You have greater loyalty within you than those of my own blood, Watcher. You have freed me.
Happy to help.
When I was yet not too sick to rise, and had hope of leaving the city, I hid away a jewel with which I could buy passage. Climb the temple steps and search among the pillars. You will find it behind a loose stone. I will not sail again. Perhaps you can make use of it. I will find my way from here. Amira's winds blow sweet upon you, Watcher. May you always find what you seek.
Alright, is it up here? Looks right here. Alright, Cloak of Deflection. +4 deflection? I don't know if we have one of those on Adair just yet. Let's see if we do. Oh, yeah, that's right. No, sorry, can't give it to you. This is +10 to everything, so the deflection isn't good on him either. I don't want him to be taking a ton of hits. Alright, so there's nothing we can do with that deflection cloak, but that's fine. Okay, now we are going to leave here. The Temple of Barath, we still need to go in there, but there's a fight with a bunch of 3 skulls that I still don't think we can take yet. And then that's not even the last fight, so let's go to Pariki's Overlook and talk to Archimere. Is he in Pariki's Overlook, or was he in the Serpent's Crown? I think he's in the Overlook. He's gonna be mad at us. We stole from him quite a bit and killed all his guards. To be fair, though, they attacked us after we broke in. Nope, can't talk to him. Archimere's Manor. And we stole his cashier as well. What was her name? Fossey? Alright, where are you, big guy? See, you've made some more whoever's. Yep, you would be old.
I trust you had no trouble finding the place.
Sighing, Arkemir glances up from a roll of parchment. He takes up a quill and draws several lines across a calendar entry, digging the nib hard enough that scratching fills the silence.
Nekitaka is either a testament to the ancient Huana's love of labyrinths, or their hatred of straight lines.
He grimaces and rearranges several of the objects situated around his desk. Bow. Thank you for the invitation, Arkemir. Age, not the Huana, has set the bones of the city at crooked angles. I think he'll appreciate that.
Sadly, I did not invite you here for a discussion of city planning. I warn you to stay your hand and treat with me better than you did poor Consulate.
Consulate tried to kill me, alright? He was a lich. He pauses to study your reaction with interest. Naturally, Arkemir. Consulate didn't give me much of a choice. That's the one we're gonna pick. Sighing, he wraps his knuckles on the top of his desk.
But let us get to the business of the hour, shall we?
He opens his palms.
My estate was recently burgled. My vault breached.
He sighs, drawing a sheaf of papers closer and then pushing them away. That's terrible. Do you have any leads?
One.
The side of his mouth twitches.
At the Circle's behest, I'm expected to show restraint in these dealings.
His nails dig into the armrest of his chair. A tearing sound fills the silence between you.
If you imagine that imp blood is easy to remove from carpet, I invite you to clean up after yourself. I am less pleased about the Harapo epic resting in the hands of those who lost it once before.
In the hands of its rightful owners, you mean?
Did I ask a question?
Arkemir glances to the left and right. He waits before continuing.
The Circle of Archmagi wishes for us to put this unpleasantness in the past with a gesture of good faith.
When he finishes his air quotes, his elbows knocks over an inkwell. Arkemir simply glares at the spilled ink until it retreats back into its receptacle. How dare you spill? Get back. Want me to steal it back? The Harapo epic back?
An amusing project. But no, the Circle has expressed concerns about a certain mobile deity.
Well, hey, I'm already on it, man.
The Deadfire is a fragile place, and a blundering soul drain like Aethys can damage more than just castle keeps.
I'm already tracking Aethys, if that's your concern.
It isn't our desire that you apprehend the deity. That simply isn't practical. We need your help in preparing for the worst possible outcome.
Arkemir presses his thumb down on a spider crawling across his desk. His upper lip pulls back with delight.
Normally, the Circle's involvement constitutes the worst possible outcome. Or have you already forgotten the Blackwash Falls incident?
Aloth watches Arkemir through narrowed eyes.
Kalakoth replaced the water. What more do you desire? An apology?
Arkemir turns his nose up at Aloth. This isn't just restitution. The Circle is worried.
We do not worry. We measure. And the resulting value dictates action. You are only involved because it is advantageous for knowledge of the Circle's involvement to remain discreet. The wizard Bikana installed an observatory due northeast of Nekitaka. For your absolution, the Circle asks that you locate her research.
What are you hoping to learn from the stars?
That the Circle's concerns are utterly unfounded, of course.
His eyebrow arches up.
No doubt you'll recognize the appropriate documents. You have an eye for valuables.
That I do. I'll get your research notes.
Fair warning. A vessel flying the sigil of the Torn Bannerman set a course for the observatory.
Frowning, Arkemir sifts among his correspondence until he sets upon the one he seeks.
I have every reason to believe they travel armed.
They're elite mercenaries we faced off at the siege of Cragholt.
Did I inquire after your personal history?
Oh, you are asking for a bruising, Arkemir. Arkemir sneezes into his sleeve and grimaces.
My interest begins and ends at a single point. That someone of great means desires abandoned arcane research. Research which we disregarded.
He clears his throat and glances away.
Come back alive. Or not at all. Now, if you don't mind, I have a manor to restore, and a household staff to replenish.
He bites his lower lip and narrows his eyes at you. That's funny. I like Arkemir much more than the other ones, like Consul Hot and, oh god, I forget the other one. There was another one we fought, I think. Or met. One of the, like, The mages whose names are spelled, or the mages whose spells are named after. So the Consulcot, Calicoth, Archimere. We've met a few of them. Alright, I think we're good. I think we can get out of here. So now we are going to leave by sea. Except you hear a set of heavily armored footsteps from down a nearby alley. The city won't let us go. The narrow streets in this neighborhood are largely deserted at night, and the echoes of heavily armored footfalls carry down the cobbled lanes. A glance around the corner reveals an aging meadow folk man garishly dressed in the styling of a Deerwooden noble. Lamplight glints from his rings on his fingers and chains around his thin neck. Damnation, I told you, incompetence, that this was not the right street. The words are slurred as if the man's tongue is too heavy for his mouth. Several men and women, all too heavily armored for the climate, accompanied the man. Apologies, master, if we... Shut up, fool. By Magran's flame, is it always this hot? I'd pay 1,000 dukes for another drink. Approach the group. One of the guards leans in towards the man. This is not the safest street, sir. Perhaps it's your job to keep me safe, not prattle on like a schoolmarm. At your approach, one of the guards puts a gauntleted hand on the man's shoulder, but he twists out from under it. Finally, someone with a thought in their head. He pads towards you, gesturing in broad swipes of the arm as he speaks. These imbeciles have gotten us entirely lost. Can you point the way to, was it Queen's Birth, I believe? Bow. Greetings, my lord. The man smiles broadly. Ah, gentleman of culture. A pleasure, sir. He bows his head. Minor positive with the Valiant Trading Company. He blinks as he rises. By the flame, you're the Watcher of Cadnua, aren't you? I attended your court once. Lord Belmere of Echo Bay, he laughs. To find you here, of all places. I thought you died. I got better. He nods clearly. Give the noble directions. Adair. Adair gives the man and his guards clear, concise directions back to Queen's Birth. You have my sincere gratitude. He bows deeply and offers a small bag of gold coins for your trouble. And we got another reputation gain with the Valiant Company. Alright, let's leave by sea, please. I have no clue where we're going to go. But we're going to go there, regardless. Let's see, whichever place is closest. We had bounties every which way. Oathbinder's Sanctum. Is that a place or a... Is that a place or a boat? It's a Deadfire merchant. We don't need him. What is this? Morale? They are angry. How do we make them happy? What are they eating? Morale +1. Morale +0. Morale +1. There. Eat some water. Or eat some grog. I know it's a liquid. Alright, Oathbinder's Sanctum. There's no skulls there, so we're checking it out if I can get on that island somehow. Old Battleground. Are you kidding me? There's no place? Oh, there it is. All the way around. I went the wrong way. Alright, we'll go to the Old Battleground first, and then we'll go to the Oathbinder's Sanctum, because I think that might be either a dungeon or like a place we actually have to enter. Not a storybook. What do you got for us, Old Battlegrounds? Search the location. Full leather armor, crap, a scepter, Azanati Nui shells, 3 stun bombs, a medium shield, and mail armor. So nothing, really. Not even any exceptional or fine items. Alright, what do we got here? After hours spent wandering through the desert, you stumble into a lush oasis nestled against the base of a massive pyramid. You search for an entrance and finally spy one at the very top of a long staircase. Ascend the pyramid. It's a tough climb, but that doesn't stop you. Drenched in sweat, you finally enter the welcome shade of the room at the top of the pyramid. Oathbinder's Sanctum. This has got to be a dungeon, right? That or a monk
Looks
monastery.
to be a real warm welcome, Cap. Not that thing hanging off Ngati's face.
This fractured relief portrays the broken crown symbol of Wodica. Anything else? What is this? The eyes of this statue seem to follow you wherever you walk. We're taking it. I don't care if it was a blessing for you. It's ours now. We're here on Barath business. Okay.
You hear that? Whispers in the darkness. Whispers from the grave.
There'll be a whole lot of hostile down here, Cap. Be keeping a weather eye open.
I will do that. The translucent visage of an Orland glows before you. At your approach, it shimmers. You are swallowed by a tide of bewilderment. Reach for the soul. As your mind strains toward the confused soul, the presence of other spirits begins to prick at the edge of your awareness. You sense their rage is directed not only at the bright soul, but at your intrusion. A rush of grisly images flash before you, sadistic murders, violent torture, and worse. A din of spiteful whispers assaults your mind as the depraved souls relive their gruesome crimes. They take glee in the terror of their victims. So not a good place. Not good spirits. The confusion of the bright soul lessens. Emboldened by your presence, it shines with a steady azure glow. The whispering souls retreat to the shadows. Your mind clears. You extend your perceptions to the bright soul, and it reaches out to you in turn. So at least there's one good spirit here. The world slips away. You wake with a start, unable to breathe. Someone covers your mouth with their hand, their grip so tight you can taste the salt in their sweat. You're hauled from your bed by two, no, three dark figures. They drag you screaming down the stairs and toss you into the road. You stumble to your feet only to be painfully thrown back down. Taut ropes bite into the flesh of your wrists. Murderer, accuses one. Betrayer, shouts another. Your neighbors watch from their windows, mouths agape. None of them come to help. They turn away as you scream their names. You feel a jolt in the back of your head and darkness envelops you. When you come to, your knees ache against cold sandstone. You betrayed nothing, killed no one. Confusion and pain swirl in each panicked plea. Hardened eyes stare back at you through slits in an expressionless mask. You find no reprieve in them. Words are spoken but lost within the rhythmic pounding in your head. This can't be happening. The masked figure demands justice. A sword swings and you feel the hot bite of steel against your neck. Oblivion rolls over you like a tide. Abruptly, you find yourself back in the ruin. The confused spirit pleads to you without words, its shimmering glow almost childlike. You were executed for a crime you didn't commit. It wasn't your fault.
If you've seen what you need to see, Watcher, I'd like to fulfill my duty and reap this soul. Will you allow it?
Shoti raises her lantern, eager. The light slices eerily across her face. Go ahead. With a rattling shake, the lantern's otherworldly light flares, and the soul is sucked inside. A hard shudder racks Shoti forward, and she moans, sweat beading on her brow. Jealous whispers return with renewed malice. The guilt of the damned bears down upon you, an unholy chill that sinks deep into your bones, your very marrow running cold as ice. Unnatural shadows dance in the darkness around you. Yeah, I knew you were coming. I knew. But what are you? Shadows? Shadows are easy. Shades are not easy. I don't even have to use anything versus these. I imagine there'll be at least one shade somewhere. Alright, Aloth. Do me a favor and Alt-Q this shadow. Speed things along. Veil touched. What does that mean? Veil touched. Damage? Minus 50% because he's veil touched. So I'm guessing ghosts take negative damage. There is a secret in this skull. Some rubies. Alright. Looks like a lever. We don't want to go there yet, though. This door is stuck fast. The statue decorating this small shrine has been dusted and polished to a shine. Still? So, is there someone here? Stairs down. Is there anything over here? Nope. I was thinking maybe there was something hidden. I don't actually know how close you have to be for your perception to pick up on something. Sometimes it happens far away. Sometimes I'm right next to it when it shows up, so... Bloody note. Dangerous creatures have made this sacred place their home. If it is Wodoka's will that they remain, it is not our place to disturb them. Further, remember that we are not here as looters. Anyone caught thieving will meet the Strangler's justice. Let Kudwina's death be an example to you all. Inquisitor Lodwyn. Lodwyn. It's another lever, but we don't want to go in there yet. Oh, nothing back there. Okay, we do want to go in there yet. Well, I am here as a looter, so Everybody back. I shouldn't have gone this far in. Beetles. Nothing difficult, so set up our melee line and then have Aloth do a chill fog. Everybody else, my ranged, I want you to go for the grubs, or the imps. Gonna have Seraphim Barbaric blow his way to victory. Actually, you know what? Let's use his Mind Blades just for fun. Come on, you can hit him. They all keep blowing up because I'm guessing we were supposed to come here earlier. Alright, come back over here. Let them get closer so I don't have to hit my own guys by chill fog to do damage. I'm gonna have my guy come around and kill the desert imp. Boom! I'm liking that. The little zoom in slow-mos definitely give weight to your attacks, but a feeling of weight to your attacks, but when it's all easy like this, it kind of slows down combat quite a bit. Oh, shit, these are all grub barrows. What is this? You feel a soft breeze blowing through the crack in the stones above. Oh, there's a kitty down here. How is Peter still alive? I had a cat named Peter. While Peter is following you around, your area of effect attacks deal more damage, and all party members receive a bonus to the size of their area effect attacks. Not bad. Caster heavy group with barbarian tanks. Could make a lot of use of that. Pet. We're gonna pull them back because I don't want to fight those dudes, the big spores, while we're trying to break through these guys. Looks like we got a lurker on its way. Let's have my guy get up here and get ready to blow him up. Actually, you know what? I'm curious if we can hobble him. 74. Awesome. I'm sure I crit. Yeah, I did crit. Man, look at our ranger just doing all of this. It's freaking awesome. Just wait till we actually get a really good weapon, too. Right now, we're just using an exceptional hunting bow. I haven't found any special ones yet. Alright, take them out. Are they all dank spores? Yeah. Okay, so we don't gotta worry about one being harder than the other. Alright, do this one next. Adair, charge, please. Alt-E. We need to make a charge. Alt-E. You, barbaric blow. Yep, they did charm Seraphim. I knew they could do that. Okay. Come on. Quit being charmed already. How much longer? 3 seconds? Alright, let us loot these guys, please. Actually, I've heard Amua. Where am I? Nope. I thought Amua didn't get slowed down by water, but I guess they do. Alright, we got a fine battle axe, which is nice. We can sell it, is why. Where is Adair? You come up here. I need you to go first. Oh, looks like we got something. Pry bar, torch, and flint and tinder. Anything else in here? Ooh, what is this? It is a secret wall, it looks like. The crush of time has significantly weakened this section of wall. You feel a slight breeze coming through the cracks between the stone. You suspect that the wall will come right down with a little bit of force. Let's bomb it. That'll be funny. Bomb the wall. What is this? Potion of attuned self. Well, we can sell it at least. It's +8 defenses to, I think, mind and body afflictions, but +8 is not enough plus defenses for me to worry about using it before battle. I mean, I'll keep a couple just in case, like for dragon fights, if there are any in this game, but it's just not something I'm going to use a lot of throughout the game. I feel like scrolls take a backseat in this one because all your skills aren't per rest anymore, so you really don't have to worry about running out of stuff. Running out of spells and abilities to use. Let's go down here first. Okay, so it looks like both of these ways might be the way forward, so let's just do this one first. No experience. No experience. There's a lot of traps down here. Maybe someone's holed up back here. It's really dark in here. Let me see. You know what? Let's have I'm gonna have a dare. Use Saint Droga's flame. Actually, I don't know that he can use that. Ah, I can't because it's an offhanded weapon. Son of a gun. Let's give it to Aloth then, because Aloth doesn't need that shield because he's ranged. There we go, much better. How many more traps, guys? Come on. We're making our way back around, it looks like. Secret button, secret room. What is that? Aquamarine and obsidian spall. It's just money. When it's like little chips like that, it's usually just money. Like you don't even have to sell it, it just works as currency, it seems. Nope, too many. Let's go back here and get in better position. Alright, everybody kill the rock ghast. Looks like we can kill him quickly enough. Oh, look like there's a pestilent rock ghast. Those are the ones that spit at us. So back up a little bit. We want them to come around close enough that Aloth can chill fog them. Alright, you guys get the one that's trying to get around back. You use combusting wounds on everybody. Is there a good group to use it on? Actually, no, it isn't. These guys have good fire resistance. That is weird. Whatever, though. It doesn't matter. Where's Seraphim and why isn't he attacking? I think it was immobilized or stunned. Keep him going down. Good job. Good job, teammates. Zombies aren't especially hard to hit. So I pewed them to death. Nothing good. Guessing by the thick layer of dust on these stone slabs, they haven't been used recently. Well, the other thing was dusted pristinely. The water roils with the teeming of countless tiny maggots. Ugh. What is this, a Gon's temple? I thought it was a Wodaka temple. Or not Gon, Skane. There are people here, awesome. Lost dues and good faith.
The queen that was and the will of the Steel Garrote, you will meet justice.
Steel Garrote's a new paladin class, I think.
And be tried for your crimes.
Hey, it's Oswald.
I can pay you. I can make you all rich. Just let me go.
That's the guy who stole that girl's money.
Fall on deaf ears,
Would you say this is gonna be
only to exact Wodaka's justice?
Alright, we can't let him do that. As you enter the large chamber at the bottom of the pyramid, you notice a sizable group of well-armed people dressed in raiments of the steel garrote. In the center of the group kneels a man bound at the wrist. He looks around wildly, his eyes widen when they fall on you. Before the kneeling man towers an imposing woman, her face obscured by the severe lines of a Wodekin mask.
You intrude on the deliberations of the court of Wodeka, outsider. Choose your next actions carefully, lest the queen that was turn her gaze to you as well.
Okay, we're good. The man on the floor is an elderly elf clad in dirty clothes, his face contorted in the expression of a cornered animal.
Oh, thank the gods, please! Get me out of here, they're mad! They're all mad! They mean to put me on trial for oath-breaking of all things. They say I betrayed the Idiran Empire, but I haven't been back there in over 100 years.
Be silent, or I will make you so. State your purpose now, or die with him.
Do you condemn the innocent out of spite or mere incompetence? The Inquisitor bristles at your impertinent question. She grabs her sword hilt and begins to step forward, but stops herself, suddenly uncertain. Her followers share pointed looks with one another and say nothing to challenge or defend her.
Explain.
I'm a watcher. I've conversed with the tortured souls that met your justice. Not all were guilty.
Ah, the Watcher of Cadnua graces our presence. Your deeds are well known to this court.
Her tone is dangerously short.
Those that attempt to lie to me find I am not easily fooled. Tell me, Watcher, how many of these souls do you claim were innocent?
1. She stares at you intently for several moments, her eyes unreadable as the mask that hides her features.
Even should you speak truthfully, you must see the wisdom of these proceedings. Imagine the greater good achieved by dispensing the reckoning this filth deserves. Would you prefer these monsters walk free at the expense of the truly innocent?
Blackstone's ratio, ma'am. I'd rather have 10 criminals go free than 1 innocent be punished.
And who holds them accountable for serving the greater good? Who ensures they do not become the same as those they hunt? Theos also believed he was an authority unto himself, and he wielded that authority to the detriment of many, many people.
I bow to the court's judgment? No. I see only vigilante justice. Any mistake in your judgment proves my point. What about this man? A death sentence for oath-breaking is extreme.
Oathbreakers are the bane of the McQuinn, my queen. A benign enough crime on the surface, but an oath broken plants the seed of far greater atrocities. Families are torn asunder with a broken vow. Cities fall to ruin upon promises abandoned. What war has not been birthed in treachery? Take this one.
She points at Oswald.
He forsook oaths to emperor and country both to fight amongst rebels in the War of Defiance. How many lives might have been spared without treason such as his? No, Watcher. Without one's word, one is nothing. Less than nothing. Would you give your life to defend one such as he?
A pile and a half of gold shit, Cap. An oath be only so binding as the worth of the person you swore it to.
He scowls openly at the Inquisitor. I see only vigilante justice. Any mistake in your judgment proves my point.
You have no authority in the court of Wodeka. Only the queen that was holds sway here. I pray your soul learns from your mistakes on its next turn about the wheel.
Okay. We knew this was going to happen. Let's actually back up. Okay. Adair, sit there. Bear, sit there. Seraphim, you're behind him. Alright, Shoti, do your thing and bless us. Aloth, go ahead and do your chill fog in advance. And then I am going to do what? I need to pick out the right one. Let's take out the neophytes. Hopefully that means damage dealer, I don't know. Then with Aloth we will summon his Essential Phantom. And then with Shoti we're going to try and knock them over. No, you know what? Shining Beacon. There's a bunch of them here. Get up there and do it. I don't like how they don't get closer to cast their spells. Alright, Phantom Foes from Seraphim. And then he's gonna Barbaric Blow right in the middle of them. A bunch of times. Actually, you know what? No, he needs to scream at him. I am going to take out the Wodekin agent since it's a ranged attacker. Alright. Now, Seraphim is going to attack with Barbaric Blow. Aloth, go ahead and Minaletas on Inquisitor Lodwin. Wait, what? Why are you going back? Get up there. I'm gonna have Shoti heal so my pet doesn't go down. Alright, I'm gonna switch targets to Inquisitor Lodwin, just everybody. There's only one more target, so I think we're good. Not bad. It's a good hit there. Good backhand to dare. What do we got? Cowl of the Piercing Gaze. 1 perception, religion, and insight. Not that great. Fine sword. Okay, the rest of it's just vendor trash. No, go into the stash. I'll need to sell here pretty soon. I've got a ton of stuff. This statue of Wodaka extends so far below you that you can't see its feet. What do we got here? Scroll of Body of Prayer, Adir Customs, and Silver Fending. Let's talk to Oswald.
I owe you a debt too large to repay, stranger.
He wrings his hands and gives you a shaky smile.
How did you ever find me all the way out here?
Khan sent me after you.
Did Alice send you?
Khan sent me after you.
That tenacious little wretch. I owe her my thanks. And a drink. Several drinks. And a fair bit of money, too.
He grimaces, his broad brow furrowed with deep
Those
wrinkles.
steel garrote zealots have been after me for decades. Good riddance.
So about my reward, he might have an item.
Ah, yes. Yes, indeed.
His attention is suddenly diverted by an apparently fascinating stain on the hem of his robe. Why do I get the feeling I'm not going to like what you're about to say? You're broke, aren't you?
Yes. Unfortunate business mishap. You know how it is, I'm sure?
I know I ought to be feeling charitable, but I mostly just want to wring his neck.
He titters nervously and twists the hem of his robe in his hands, unwilling to meet your eye. Look, I really stuck my neck out here.
You did risk life and limb for me, it's true. And make no mistake, I am grateful. Really, really grateful. Believe me, I would give you something if I could.
His eyes take on a faraway look and he takes a deep breath.
Well, that's not entirely true, is it? I have this old ring. It's the last possession of any value I own. Here, take it for your trouble.
Drunkards regret immune to hangovers from alcohol if worn while drinking. He presses a simple length of string twisted into a makeshift ring into your palm and nods, a small frown tugging at the corner of his lips.
You have a ship, don't you? Of course you do. How else would you have gotten to this benighted island?
He shifts his weight from foot to foot, restless and unsettled.
Let me join your crew.
Why did the Inquisitor have you on trial exactly?
After what you did for me, well, I suppose you have the right to hear the truth of things. The whole truth, rather.
Oswald clears his throat with a theatrical flair.
You'll remember that the Deerwood was once a colony of Adir, yes? Well, I was one of the first colonists to set foot on that benighted continent. When it became evident the Deerwood intended to revolt, I took their side in the War of Defiance against the country of my birth. I'm sure you'll be astounded to learn the powers that be in Adir didn't much like that. The Steel Garrote's been after me for my grave transgression ever since.
That was over 150 years ago. They've been hunting you all this time.
Those Steel Garrote hounds are relentless. But it should be a couple of years before they find me again, thanks to you, at least. I hope as much.
What could you offer as a member of my crew?
It's no secret I'm an old man. Now, I might not be able to hoist a mainsail any longer, but I've picked up a thing or two about navigation in my decades of traveling.
He bounces back on his heels, every word coming faster than the
I
last.
don't care much for coin, I can tell you that. An extra ration of rum here and there, and I'll be perfectly contented.
Well, welcome aboard, Oswald.
Thank you, my friend. I owe you a debt twice over.
He gives you a toothy grin and stands a hand's breadth taller. Yeah, but you screwed over Khan, who was your family friend. It's not exactly a good thing. Alright, we will finish exploring this place next time. We are far over our allotted time, so please leave a like or comment below and feel free to subscribe for more full Let's Plays like this one. And that's my mama.